Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I got some interesting things that were sent to me, or things I saw online today. Just things going around crypto. And the first one was sent to me from Mike Jansen. Before I get into this, I wanted to give Mike Jansen a shout out. If you don't follow him, he's the Indianapolis Colts announcer, and he has a production company, and he designed my intro for free. And he's at COLTSSTADIUMPA, and you can also go to his website if you need production work, mgjansen.com. But I wanted to congratulate him. The Colts won yesterday, so they are still in the NFL playoffs. I'm not sure I haven't looked to see who they play next, but anyway, they are in. So I wanted to congratulate him on that. He sent me this. This is the Wall Street. This is from a day. I think it's from a day or so ago. The Wall Street Journal. Winklevoss Gemini cryptocurrency exchange in a new ad campaign says the revolution needs rules. Winklevoss cryptocurrency exchange, Gemini Trust, crypto exchange founded by Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, argues in a new ad campaign that its chaotic sector should protect whatever. I can't see the end of that. But anyway, I was going to show you one version of the article that they're doing like a campaign. One of them was a full page in the New York Times, and then they've got these around New York City. The regulated cryptocurrency exchange, crypto needs rules. They said that there's 3, I think, slogans that they're using in their ad campaign. The revolution needs rules. Crypto without chaos. Money has a future. And just reading all of this, what I got out of it is that they're probably doing this to put a little pressure on U.S. regulators, because the regulations around the world are so inconsistent. For guys like them that are building theirs under New York regulations, which are pretty strict, I imagine, it's probably frustrating because you're having to compete with the Binances of the world that may not be under the same strict regulations that you are. And so I'm sure that they are spending some money to move all of this along, if I had to guess. And then I saw this when I was looking at this. This is Gemini. They were talking about how the Winklevoss brothers were going to do an Ask Me Anything on Reddit. So I went to the Ask Me Anything on Reddit that they did and went through every single question, because I was hoping that someone, I did not see them post this, or I would have asked it myself. I was hoping that someone would ask the obvious, most important question in the world, which is why no XRP? And so I saw that was not on there. Nobody asked that. I mean, there was really dumb questions being asked, like, is the Social Network movie exactly how it happened? Things that have nothing to do with crypto. But nobody asked them this question, which the Digital Asset Investor decided to ask. And it looks like I got a reply, but I don't know if it's from them. No, it's not. Let's ask the mods there. Sorry, I said, sorry I missed it. Looked through all the other questions and was surprised the most important was not asked. Why no XRP? And that, I'm hoping that these guys will answer me later on. That would be a really cool thing to get an answer to. I want to say that the guy that used to be a regulator up there in New York, I heard at some point that these two guys are against Ripple, because the guy who used to be in charge of, I think it was the guy that created the Bit license. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he became either a board member or started working for, I think he's a board member at Ripple now. I'll think of his name in a bit, and you guys know who I'm talking about. But he was the guy that actually created the Bit license, and as I recall, he gave these guys a hard time when they were trying to talk to him about something. I don't remember exactly the context, But I think these guys are kind of like Coinbase. They have some kind of beef with XRP, I believe. I hope I'm wrong, though. I mean, I don't have anything against Gemini, but we need to be added to. I mean, there's no reason in the world that we shouldn't be added to every exchange. XRP should not be added to every exchange. This next article I'm about to show you is really creepy, and I've touched on this a few times. This is back to proof of work, back to these mined digital assets that I tell you I stay away from. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole, with one caveat, and I've told you this. I own 1 Bitcoin, and I will always own at least 1 Bitcoin, and I will only own 1 Bitcoin really for a couple of reasons. One, there's only going to be 21 million of them, and we already know for a fact that 5 million have been lost, where people have lost the private keys. And there's probably a lot more of that that's been lost. So who knows? In the end, you could have only 12 million Bitcoins. I want to have one of them if the whole world is coming into this. But the other reason that I do is because they were first, and from what I can read and tell, Wall Street has already become too vested in this one digital asset to backtrack out of it. So I think they'll do whatever they have to do, patchwork and piece together to make that one work. Now, it's never going to be an XRP, which is why most of what I buy is XRP, but it's still going to exist, I believe. This is my opinion. But this is what's scary. I wouldn't touch any other proof of work coin with a 10-foot pole, and I've told you this before. Ethereum Classic might have been hit by a 51% attack. This is supposedly the worst nightmare of any digital asset. I want to read for you because I'm no techie guy. That's not my specialty. So I want to read for you because I was learning something as I read this. And this is spooky sounding. A chain reorganization is when a client in most blockchain designs discovers a longer chain which disregards blocks it had previously processed. The longest chain wins is one of the rules of decentralized networks. Proof of work networks, that is. Longest chain is defined by various metrics, including difficulty. The most miners were mining this version. 51% attacks are based on the concept of the longest chain. If a miner has enough hash power, they can essentially rewrite a blockchain to suit their needs. They can pay for goods, services, or even other cryptocurrencies, then rewrite the history of the blockchain so that these transactions never actually happened. A 51% attack on the Bitcoin network is probably too expensive at present. However, Ethereum Classic does not enjoy the massive hash power that Bitcoin and Ethereum have. According to etcstats.net, at the time of the writing, they had just 8.8 terahash. Compare this to Bitcoin, which has over 39 million terahash at the time of writing. But the point here, everyone that's listening, is they are literally telling you that if a miner has enough hash power, they can rewrite the blockchain. So in other words, they're telling you in proof of work digital asset, if it's a mined digital asset, if someone has enough hash power, that digital asset is not centralized. This is the whole core of what all these Bitcoin people say all the time. It cannot be centralized if someone can control it, no matter how they can control it. If they can control it at present with mining, then it is not centralized. I repeat, it cannot be centralized. If someone can control my bank account, then that bank account is centralized, period. If you can control a digital asset because you have more mining power, that digital asset is centralized, period. I think sometimes I get crossed over when I get talking about decentralized, centralized. Sometimes I flip them and flop them, but anyway, you get the point. For forever, they've been saying Bitcoin is decentralized and XRP is centralized. Well, guess what, folks? This proves the entire point. XRP is consensus, and nobody can show that it's controlled by anyone. Bitcoin, this is a literal article that is telling you that if it's a proof of work that has mining, where the coins are mined, and you control the mining, you control the digital asset, period. And I can't imagine how on earth they're going to get people to invest in that. I can't even begin to imagine how they're going to get people, once they start to realize all this, how they're going to get anyone to take this serious, to invest in these things. I wouldn't. But then Galgatron, who's a very smart guy on Twitter, he comes in and he tweets this. This will be interesting to watch closely. 100 blocks swapped out from a successful 51% attack against ETC. Confidence in ETC should collapse. And any other similar hash rate size mineable crypto, or even with a much bigger hash rate, the underbelly of POW has been sliced open. And I don't think he could have said it any better. The underbelly of proof of work has been sliced open. And he's retweeting this. Bitfly, we can confirm that there was a successful 51% attack on Ethereum Classic network with multiple 100+ block reorganization. We recommend all services to closely monitor the chain, significantly increase required confirmations. Wow. Wow. Then Leonidas shows this. UK crypto exchange CoinFloor to launch trading of physically delivered Bitcoin futures in Asia, Hong Kong next month. This is crypto exchange, and this is the article from Bloomberg. And before I go on, definite follow Leonidas and Galgatron. These guys are smart guys. At GALGITRON and at LEOHADJILOIZOU. Okay, both of these guys put out some good information on Twitter, and you need to follow them. But the point of this tweet here is that, okay, so we're here in the U.S. where today we've already been one-upped by Estonia, who put out the first tokenized stocks on the internet for people to buy, a tokenized Facebook or a Google. They're Estonia, not the United States or Great Britain or Russia or China, but Estonia is the first to do that because of all these slow-moving regulatory bodies in these countries. And now, Bakkt, who is the New York Stock Exchange's cryptocurrency exchange, they were supposed to be these guys, and now they're going to be one-upped by this crypto exchange, CoinFloor, because these are physically delivered Bitcoin futures. This article is about physically. Meanwhile, Bakkt keeps putting theirs off, and so. But the point in telling you all of that is, not only are the ETFs and all of these investment products in crypto going to happen, they're already happening around the world. So the U.S. is coming in. Now, shame on them for it having taken as long as it has, and that is just an illustration of how ridiculous the bureaucracy has gotten, in my opinion. But it's happening in other countries. Crypto and digital assets is a global phenomenon, and for that reason, the U.S. is coming. And so it's just a matter of time, like I've said all along. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that physical Bitcoin futures are coming, and it doesn't matter where it comes from first. They're coming, and the whole world is going to be on board. Thank you for listening.